name's Bob Baker. I'm the Executive Director here at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame.
Hi, my name is Bill Wright. I'm the Museum Coordinator here at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum.
The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame was thought about for a long time before it was actually built here in Knoxville, Iowa. And there was a lot of consideration given to the location of where the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum should be built. But when everybody got together to talk, it seems like Ralph Capitani probably said it best when he said Knoxville is the sprint car capital of the world, and we should have the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum located right here in Knoxville.
It was a long process to get the building built, get all the funding and that type of thing. Don Lamberti at Casey's was a big part of that at the time, and one of Don's good ideas was to put suites on top of the building to support the museum, because as a whole, museums can be money losers. So putting the suites on top was a good way to ensure that we were open year-round, on a year-round basis.
The museum opened, a soft opening in 1991, and officially opened in 1992 with our original building, 4 stories with the top 2 stories full of suites for race fans to watch the races. The National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum was established to promote the future of sprint car racing and also preserve the past. And we do this through various programs, but probably our most important program is our Induction Banquet Weekend, where we induct sprint car racing's top achievers into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame here in Knoxville, where their photos and plaques will forever overlook Knoxville Raceway. The best way to bring a person's name to the forefront for induction into the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum is to send a 1-page letter, one side of one sheet of paper, to me, Bob Baker, here at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. And you can find our email address, our phone number, and all the information online. But send that to me and I will send it out to all of our National Induction Committee members across the United States. 25% of our voters are on the West Coast, 25% of our voters are here in the Midwest, 25% of our voters are in the Mid-East, the Ohio-Pennsylvania pocket, and then the last 25% on the East Coast. All of our voters get a blank nomination ballot, and it's up to them to do the nominations, but your letter of recommendation for somebody that you think may have been overlooked definitely helps the voters stay on track and not only bring up names that they've forgotten, but also remind them of things that have happened in the past. And then the final ballot will go out at the beginning of December with the highest nominees from the nomination ballot making the final ballot. We announce all of our Hall of Fame inductees the Friday before Christmas. We call it Hall of Fame Friday. And then, of course, our induction banquet the Saturday after the Indianapolis 500 right here in Knoxville.
Our mission here at the Hall of Fame is really to promote the sport of sprint car racing. So by promoting the future, we try to preserve everything in the past. So people's old collections, those types of things. You know, we have 6 buildings and the museum's just one of them. So we archive a lot of things. We have an archive building. We have the largest collection of motorsports material in the world here in Knoxville. A lot of people don't know that, but anyone doing research or needing photos for TV shows or anything else like that, we provide here. So really what we're trying to do is preserve the sport, preserve the past, and by doing that we promote the future. We go around the country, we hand out awards, we do fundraisers, any ways that people can help keep the sport going, keep it alive by preserving the past. That's what we want to do here.
We attend roughly 50 to 60 events across the United States of America, primarily with our sweepstakes sprint car. The car we currently are building will be on the road at the Huset's High Banks for the first event this year in June. It will cross the country, go to California, Pennsylvania, the Kings Royal, all the major events. So we have the cars for about 1.5 years. It wouldn't be possible without all the people who supply the parts and build the cars. It's roughly a $100,000 prize. We give away one every other year. It's a great fundraiser for the museum and a great way for us to get out across the country and meet sprint car fans in other parts of the world.
You can't see everything here with one visit, so hopefully you can come back. And to do that, we try to keep the displays changing at all times. This summer we're doing a track tribute to Manzanita Speedway. We also have a couple of other displays going on, so we want you to come in and see things. Actually, we try to turn every car around in the museum on a yearly basis. So our staff's been really busy moving in cars this week. Actually, we moved about 30 cars, so you're going to see something new every time you come to the museum. If you're coming to Knoxville for the races, you know that we'll always be open here while you're in town. And it's a great way to spend your afternoon. If it's hot, there's air conditioning. If it's cooler, there's heat.
Believe it or not, the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum is one of the busiest places in Knoxville, next to Knoxville Raceway, of course, during the Knoxville Nationals, that second week of August every year. And we have so many events inside the museum. We have driver autograph sessions every day starting at 11 o'clock. We also have fanfare forums on our second floor. We have our members-only VIP reception for the people who support our museum. Also, our largest auction of the year every year is Saturday at 11:30 up on our museum's second floor, and that's our Nationals auction, and the place is packed. We have a great time.
Really smart if you're coming into our events to get a membership. $35 will get you free admission for you and a guest. So that's probably the best way to visit the museum is get a membership. You'll get a bi-monthly newsletter. You'll save 10% in the store, plus you get those free admissions. So it's a great way to help out the museum, to contribute to the museum, but also a great way to spend your time here for the races or at the Nationals. We have 426 inductees in the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame. We'll just highlight a few. Jean Lynch was inducted in 2013, and one of our 4 female members of the Hall of Fame, so that makes her unique in itself. But Jean was really instrumental in a lot of public relations back in the day. She was really instrumental with the All-Star Circuit at Champions in the early days, and really at the Winter Nationals down in Florida. She was really instrumental in putting those together and promoting those. She worked hand in hand a lot with another Hall of Fame inductee, Don Martin at Lernerville, and a lot of other places around the country. So Jean was really active as one of our members of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. Another inductee, just off the top of our head, is Parnelli Jones. He was inducted back in 1991, which was actually the second class of inductees. And he was really a no-brainer coming out of California, running sprint cars out there. And all he did across the country, the Fike Plumbing Special, and a lot of the sprint cars that he won as a USAC champion, and all the races he won. A lot of people remember him, of course, from Indianapolis, but some people forget that a lot of those greats at Indianapolis, the Rutherfords, the Foyts, the Andrettis, the Parnelli Jones, they cut their teeth with the sprint cars, and they were great sprint car drivers before they moved on. Dick Berggren was an inductee here back in the mid-2000s, and Dick did a lot of things. A lot of people remember the Slick 50 series down in Arizona. So he came from that aspect of promoting races, but really what probably traditional sprint car fans remember the most is Open Wheel Magazine, and Open Wheel Magazine was Dick was the editor of that, and Open Wheel Magazine was something that a Bible for a lot of people, and still is. We still get a lot of people say, do you need a set of open wheel, you know, and that sort of thing. Of course, we have a bunch of them here, but you know, Dick was big in that, and then of course he went on with the Northeast Modified Museum, and has done so much in TV for ESPN and other networks over the years. But Dick Berggren, another good example of our Hall of Fame inductees here working in the media side. This summer that we're really proud of is a tribute to Johnny Rutherford. Johnny will be here for our induction ceremony on May 30th and 31st of this year, and this is the 60th anniversary of Johnny Rutherford's USAC National Sprint Car Championship, and this number 9 car with mechanic and owner Wally Muskowski, another Hall of Fame inductee, is the car that Johnny won the championship in 1965 in. He took over the ride from A.J. Foyt, and Johnny went on to win several races in 1965 and capture the championship there. Fast forward to 1966, and Wally Muskowski built a brand new car for Johnny. Of course, it sported the number 1 because he won the USAC championship the year previous. And unfortunately for Johnny, it didn't last very long. One of the first races out at Eldora, he flew out of the park. There's a famous photo of his hands straight up in the air that made the cover of Life magazine, I believe. And Johnny broke both his arms, so he was out the rest of the season. But Wally found a capable replacement in Mario Andretti. So Mario Andretti won 5 races in the car. AJ Foyt returned to drive for Muskowski and won another race for him, and Mickey Shaw added another one. So we're really proud to have these two cars. Jeff and Karen Barber in Pennsylvania have took such great care of them, and we'd like to thank them for loaning their cars to us for this summer.
The newest addition here at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum, when you come to Knoxville, you'll see it on Highway 14. It's our new Dennis Albaugh Suite Tower. It's a 4-story suite tower, very similar to the Brian Clausen Suite Tower, that sits on the east side of our museum, right next to Highway 14. And something you'll want to notice when you drive by is our Knoxville Nationals Wall of Champions is now on the front of the Dennis Albaugh Suite Tower. Yeah, if you're ever in Knoxville, you definitely want to make sure to come by the museum before you go to the races. We open at 8 o'clock on race mornings, and we're here till the last checkered flag falls. So any time on race day is a great time to come by. If you're at home and you're not able to get to Knoxville, you can always check out what's going on here at the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum on our website at sprintcarhof.com. And also we have a website for our store, our museum store. That website is sprintcarstuff.com. That website has everything that we stock inside of our store, which we tell people we have the largest selection of sprint car merchandise in the world, located right here in Knoxville, and you can order it easily from your phone at sprintcarstuff.com.